It is very possible I am going to be all by my lonesome tonight. So I'll wait and see. I'll give it a few minutes and that's it. It's been an interesting day. A little bit slow. Well, somebody's here. Hi. Son of a gun. You hung in. Trying to get this set up right. Hi, Alita. Glad to see you. I wasn't sure if anybody was going to be here because I'm coming on so late, but I couldn't find my phone, number one, and I was crazy busy trying to get things onto Poshmark, so it was a it was a little bit nuts. So here I am at long last, and I still have so much to do. I have so much work to do. Oh, thanks. I really appreciate it. I enjoy spending the time with all of you so much. I really do. But as I say, it's just been a crazy day. I had no intention. I still have a load of things that I need to get listed. And I had no intention of leaving the house today. It was very windy. We've been having a lot of wind issues here for a while. So, but then I got a text message. Oh, that's so funny. I just got a notice that I came on live. How funny is that? You've been on Poshmark a lot? The funny thing is, the purse that I use for staging my clothes, they had this somebody on there, and I forgot, I meant to like it, so I would keep it, in my view. But somebody had the exact same purse in red, and I have it in black, and I just love it. I really, really love it. Um, I had actually bought it at a local thrift shop a few years ago. I saw it and I was just charmed by it. And I had gone in with a friend who wanted to donate some stuff. So while I was waiting for her to do that, I was kind of looking around a little bit and I saw that handbag, so I picked it up. Um, well, hello. So, anyway, I had no intention of going, as I say, but I got a text message from the thrift store. I thought it said that everything was half price today. So I took a few hours before I made the decision to go, but I finally said, I have to go. If it's half price, I really have to go because it would be foolish of me not to. I made an accidental discovery, I think it was yesterday. The days are running into each other because I'm working so endlessly. But I accidentally, I found a pair of jeans that I listed, and it is from Free People. And I know that that's a brand that a lot of people like. And I fell in love with these jeans. I really did. I just took one look at them and I said, wow, I'd love to have this for myself. But I'm not allowing that to enter the picture at all with anything. Not that this would have fit anyway. It would not. So I listed it and I got a message, a comment from somebody who apparently knows them very well. And she told me which style it was. And she said, it's the best. And she said, people search for that style. So she said, you really should put it in. So at that point, I said, let me search for the style and see what it says. And what I saw was that all the prices were much higher than what I had put it at. So I went back and I upped my price by $10, and I'm still the lowest one. So when I saw that, I said, maybe I really need to kind of get as much of that kind of stuff that there seems to be a demand for. Not that anybody's bought anything yet, but in my gut, I feel like it's close. So I decided to bite the bullet and go out today and go over to the thrift store. One of these days, I really have to film in the thrift store. And I started walking through once again because I thought everything was on sale. Hi, Mary. I picked up a number of things, and it turns out that the same things that I put back yesterday because they were not on sale and because I didn't want to spend that much was the same thing. It was the green tickets were not on sale again today. I read it wrong. I thought it said that everything was half price, but what it said was everything was half price except for the green ticket and the stuff behind the counter. Yesterday there was a Louis Vuitton bag behind the counter. I didn't even ask how much it was because I was not about to do that, and I always would worry, what if it's not authentic or whatever. But the fact that they kept it there, maybe they knew, but I didn't want to risk it, so I didn't even ask. But it was gone by this morning, so I guess maybe it was real. Um, yes, very pricey. But I didn't know at the thrift store how much it would be. And I mean, it looked okay. It was a tote in not the LV signature style, which I know that they're not doing really now. I forgot whether it was stripes or I forgot exactly the pattern, but if I saw it, I would know it. It didn't excite me, but I probably should have looked at it to see what the price was to see if it was something that might be saleable. In any case, I walked through the store and I wound up picking up quite a number of things. Uh, once again, trying to kind of flesh out the closet and see if anything starts to sell quickly. So I came home and I had to take my pictures and I had to start listing things, and it's tiring. It's really tiring. My back starts to hurt me when I take my photos because I'm doing it on a low coffee table and I'm bending over and I'm kind of stretching the things out and I'm trying to make it look as good as I can. And I started to get a little sloppy today in my presentation. So that was interesting. The funny thing is, the last thing that I listed tonight, I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. I do. I really do. I work hard at everything that I do. It's just my nature, and also the fact that I desperately need to do something. Um, yeah, so I'm trying to do whatever I can to make something happen that's going to be positive. So, but I'm really tired. I'm really tired. And the thing that annoyed me so, the stuff in this store, everything, almost everything, is in really good shape. Whether they steam everything when it comes in or what they do, I don't know. But everything looks good. Oh, thanks. Everything looks pressed and, really in good shape. And then when they pack it up for you, they roll it up into a ball and throw it into a bag. So everything that looked good is now getting smushed in the bag. It made me crazy. And I picked up 2 items that had sequins on it. And I said, please be careful when you put the sequin thing in the bag. Do it gently because there was not a single, yeah, there was not a single thing wrong with it. And when I got home, it seemed to be caught on itself. And I said, oh, that would be horrible if I'm not able to then put it on there. So I'm not sure. I have to take another look at it. But as I say, by the time I finish tonight, I could not find the last dress. I don't know where I put it. And I said, I better start really filing these things away because if anybody does want to buy anything, I won't be able to find it. There's just too much stuff at this point, and it's beginning to really irritate me that there's so much stuff around. But there is a little bit of excitement that comes with finding something that turns out to be a really, really good buy with good possibilities. So I don't know. But I have to tell you, dealing with Poshmark, It's a lot of work. I mean, Poshmark is like a full-time job. The other things you do what you do and then you take a step back from it. You love looking. I think a lot of people do. I mean, there are so many people on there. It's astounding to me. And then they have these things that they call parties every day. So you can share your items on different parties. And I'm still amazed by the number of followers that I have now. I mean, look at this. I'm up to 2153, and that's probably not totally accurate. So it's really growing tremendously in terms of numbers of people. You get a lot of followers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of them too. It's amazing to me. It really is amazing to me. And by the way, this is the dress that I misplaced. I cannot find it to save my life. I must have put it aside because I didn't want anything to damage it because of the sloppy thing they did when they packed it. I swear, I don't know how somebody could just take these things and roll them up and throw them into a bag. It's really, it's really not specially nice. I have a question because I picked something up. I don't know if there are any people here tonight who wear larger sizes, but I picked up one thing that I thought might be nice in the plus size, but I'm not ever sure. I guess it appealed to me, so I thought it might appeal to other people. It's a sweat, and you can't even see the color on here. It's actually a very, very pretty sweater in person. It looks like lace on it, but it's not. It's part of the knit. And the color of the actual sweater is like the color of a black raspberry Good Humor Pop. It's exactly the color of the black raspberry Good Humor Pop that I remember from my childhood that I absolutely loved. I can still taste it at the thought of it. Isn't that funny? The associations that we have, and a lot of mine are revolve around food. As a matter of fact, I would really like one of those. It's been a long time since I've had one. So, as I say, if there are any, yeah, you think, I think this is a, yeah, this one is extra, extra large. And it's just, I mean, it's a very simple sweater. The back of it is all that kind of black raspberry color, and the front has that look. I don't know. So, oh, yeah, here you can see the whole front of it. You can't, it can't tell in the picture. Oh, somebody liked my listing. I just got notification that somebody liked. It says that I can't get, oh, my shoes. Oh, okay. It's the shoes. Yeah, I'm waiting for that first person to bite the bullet. But I think it's time for me to order the boxes just in case. Because if they do, number one, I can't find them, and number two, I can't send them. I am otherwise, I am otherwise perfectly prepared. Oh, I thought another one came in. Yeah. So it's interesting, but it's absolutely exhausting. First of all, carrying that stuff, I wound up with 2 bags of stuff today. It's heavy. It's heavy. So I'm walking with a cane with 2 shopping bags and trying to balance it. I made the mistake of trying to walk back to my, I did walk back to my car. I should have taken the shopping cart, put the stuff in my trunk, and then walked back to the store. It would have been less hard on me than trying to walk balancing the 2 heavy bags and my cane. Were you? Oh, that is nice. Yeah. I actually had thought of trying to do something. Obviously, it would have to be a little something, but yeah, I had thought about that too, because obviously, if it's anything, any big deal, yeah, I had heard about people doing that, and I think it's really nice. Yeah, and it certainly is something that you would remember. So I think that you would be inclined to shop with that person again if you were looking for things, as long as you liked what you found. I found a pair of jeans today. I've never seen anything like it. I thought they were really great looking. Other people might think they're disgusting. Yeah, I figured that you would. It's a great thing to do, and it's very smart. It really is very smart. Take a look at these jeans. I don't know how well they're gonna show up. They are embroidered all the way down the front, and it's a kind of a faded wash, and the inside part of each panel is like a rust color, and then it has that kind of wide, kind of a Western looking belt. I thought it was so interesting. I had never seen anything like it before. I don't know if you can see this one better. So I thought it was interesting. There were shopping on a Saturday is never my thing anywhere. I got out of the habit of shopping on weekends many, many years ago because having been in the business of real estate, my weekends were like other people's weekdays. It is very different, yeah. So I thought that maybe somebody, I would imagine it's going to be a young girl, that somebody would take a look at it. And hi, Patty. Yeah, I thought those were a lot of fun. It has a real Western kind of vibe, and I thought it was pretty, but I was shocked at the value of the other ones, so it was interesting. But anyway, they were a group of young girls. Apparently, they had gone somewhere, and on their way back, they stopped at the thrift store. Well, they took over, and they were going down the aisles, and they took over the aisle. The aisles are narrow, and they have shopping carts, but it's really hard to have a shopping cart in the aisle if people try to pass. And God forbid somebody tries to pass with another shopping cart, then it's really very difficult. So the girls were racing around looking for stuff, and apparently they were seeking Lululemon. Lululemon, that's what it's called, right? And they found some pieces, and they were all excited, and they were saying they were going to make a lot of money. So then I thought, maybe I should ask them, but they weren't about to share. And young people of that age, the teenage girls, they tend to be very thoughtless. It's just they're going to do what they do, and they could run you over, but they're going to do what they're going to do. Oh, I just wanted to show, I picked up another, what I thought was a cute skirt. Again, it's going to be for a very young girl, I imagine. I've got it upside down. Nice. Let me turn it around. Of course, that's not a great picture of it. This is a better one. Let me just turn this one around. Look at this. So it's a nice fitted high waist with flounces. It's got two rows of those flouncy kind of fabric. It's the prettiest color. I mean, it's a beautiful blue in a tealy kind of blue with the black. And I just thought that some young girl would probably get a tremendous kick out of that. So I hope I'm right. You guess, you guess and you're guessing for other people. So I don't know whether my gut is good on this stuff or not. And I'm sure that I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. Yes, young. Yeah. A number of the things that I got are going to be for young people. It's just what I found. So, yeah, I mean, I have three different pieces that I had gotten for plus size. One was a pair of sweats. Yeah, I would think so. one was a pair of sweats. Hi, Rita. And that sweater, and I forgot what the other thing was. I also picked up, and I hope I didn't make a mistake, I picked up a one-shoulder dress, and I hope that wasn't a mistake. But my feeling was that the stuff was inexpensive enough that if I get a decent return on the good stuff, then I'm thinking it shouldn't matter if some of the some of the other stuff doesn't sell or sells very cheap, or I wind up donating it or whatever. Um, I think it shouldn't be bad. I asked the guy today because I had heard about the fact that a lot of thrift stores, when the stuff doesn't sell, they throw it away, and they just toss it. And I said to him, "Is that true?" He said, "We don't." He said, "The stuff that ultimately does not sell, we just put it in bales." And he said, "We send it to other places." He said, "We send it to countries like Haiti or places in the world where people need things. And so, somebody can use it." And I said, "I'm really happy to hear that, because I think it's such a waste for people to just throw it away when there are so many people in the world who need things." So, um, interesting. I'm also learning the names of different things. I didn't know any of this stuff. I really didn't. I didn't know any of it. So I found, and I guess it's Anthropologie. It's called Country Love, or is it Love Country? Country Love. So it's a hoodie, and I thought it was kind of cute. But those have good value too. So I was kind of pleased with that, because I just don't have time in the store to really try to take my time and investigate each thing. So, you test things out and you find out what works and what doesn't. So, is there anything anybody wants to share tonight? Anything you want to talk about? You have a one? Yeah, I just wasn't sure, but I thought it might be, it's a size 14. So I thought maybe somebody, if they had someplace to go, I don't know how well it photographed. This is what it looks like. So I thought it might make somebody feel really pretty. I don't know. I could be dead wrong. I really could. And it's got this little bit of a kind of a fleck in the fabric that kind of bounces the light. Oh, good. You think it's pretty? I know. I really have to do the makeup again. I was thinking about it. I was watching Patty this morning, and she was using the Profusion palettes, and that sort of made me smile. Yeah, it's sort of well, I mean, it's kind of a plummy color-ish. Yeah, it is a pretty color. And I thought it was a really pretty look. I thought it would make somebody feel really feminine and really attractive. I love the Profusion. The Profusion palettes, I think, bang for your buck. You really can't do better than that. And you get so much product. I use it more often than not. It has a pink cast to it, you're right. There is a bit of a pink cast to it. It is. I thought it was pretty, but then you wind up second guessing yourself and saying, is it as nice as I thought it was? So I also, let me see, I took all my pictures to get them ready. Oh, I do have a picture of that sweater hanging up. But the color doesn't translate. It's the prettiest, prettiest shade of purple. I'm telling you, it's absolutely a good humor black raspberry pop. Um, where is that other? Oh, I thought this was really pretty. Look at this. Isn't that nice? It has the two colors so that the um, the print drapes over the black. So not only do you have the cowl neckline, but it does. Yeah, I thought it was lovely. And then it's funny because the part of me, yeah, I thought that was really nice. And I got another one that I found really surprising for me. I thought, mm, there were a couple of the pieces that I would love for myself, but as I say, I'm not doing anything. Where the heck is that other? Oh, it's this one. I don't know if you can appreciate it. Do you see the fabric? It's a sheer fabric over kind of a jersey kind of undergarment. Not undergarment, but under fabric. And it's got that very delicate tone on tone design on it. It's, again, a cowl neck top. It's a very pretty dark blue. And I just thought it was delicate and pretty. I love that neckline too. I think it's so flattering to most women. I really do. I got definitely some interesting pieces. Um, oh, I do have a picture of it hanging up. This is it hanging up. Feminine, exactly. It's feminine. It's got a delicacy about it, and I think it makes you look good. I like the fact it's nowhere near your neck, so as you get older, you don't worry about the turkey neck that's going to be, you know, blatant. It's actually really not. It's a very dark blue. It's a dark blue. It's sort of, I got a blazer that I haven't listed yet from Jones of New York, and it's a navy blue. This would be an ideal thing to pair with it. If you wore this with the navy blue blazer and white, whether you did it with shorts, you did it crops, you did it with white pants, it would look fabulous. It really would. It would be a great look. And I picked up another piece. I'm thinking probably this for a young girl. And I like the square neckline. I love black and white. I think black and white really plays well. And that's the front. It's the Ampere waist. And then the back has the ties that you can tie. So I showed one with it tied. So again, as I say, I'm just guessing, but that's all you can do. I also picked up a belt. It's a it's a kind of am I boring you? If I'm boring you, tell me. Hi Myra. This is kind of a blingy belt. I don't know if you can see it well. It's got a lot of studs on it. So I thought it looked pretty good. This was a really pretty thing too. Yeah, this is in a 14. The colors on this are just gorgeous. Just let me turn it around. Oh, Lauren, you're on? If I'm boring you, please tell me and I'll stop. There's this. It's the prettiest shades of a light aqua with a dark brown. And it was really nice. It's fully lined, it's sleeveless, very light fabric. So I thought I really got some nice pieces. Oh, hi, how are you? I love aqua and brown too. I really do. I think it's great. Yeah, I love that belt. Yeah, the colors are absolutely wonderful together. I also had a feeling about this thing. I have to turn it around. Everything's facing the wrong direction. I got this kind of tribal design top, and I have a feeling that those kind of things are popular. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling. It's just a black short sleeve um, top. Let me turn this around. And then this top, they are Popular Good. This, it's hard to tell the color. It's kind of a gray beige. Oh, Good. The Dreamcatchers, yeah. Good. Yeah, this is really pretty because this is like an applique, and it's got bugle beads a little bit. So it's got some fun elements to it also. There was an older woman there with a younger woman, maybe mother and daughter, something like that. And they were shopping together. Hi, Meredith. And they saw some of the stuff and they were telling me, oh, that's so pretty, and that should look good on you. And I said, it's not going to look good on me. I said, I'm not, it's not for me. So then I told them what I do, and they were really interested in it. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that that's true. Oh, that was that one. I thought I had something that I had. Oh, this piece I paid full price for. I loved it. I just loved it. You can't really appreciate it here, unfortunately. This is black. It's a vest. It's got a wonderful button. It's got that wonderful, what do they call that again? That design. I know the name for it, and it's like on the tip of my tongue. What brand is the vest? Or what brand is what? The vest is Dana Buckman. Dana Buckman. Oh, thanks, Mary. Embroidery, but there's a certain name for it, and I can't remember what it is. They used to have it a lot in the vintage stuff. Oh, that's great. I don't know if is Dana Buckman. It's got to be a good brand because this is a real quality vest. It really is. You can see the closure on it, and it's very soft. It almost feels like suede a little bit, but like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. Oh, hi, Pat. Oh, yeah, I can't think of the name of it. It's escaping me. I like that. Yeah, I like that closure. I think it's really nice. I just wish you could see it in the true color. It's not showing up, the black that it is. Oh, it did when I hung it on the door. Now you can see the color. It's a real black. And it's got great lines. I, what is the name of that embroidery style? Shoot. Oh, my aunt would have known. She worked in the garment industry many years ago. Hi, Ange. Does anybody know that brand, Dana Buckman? It is beautiful. It is truly beautiful. Look at it now that you can see the black. It really is. Even though I paid full price for this one, I had to get it because I knew that it was going to be the right thing for somebody. And I just really love it. It's a petite. A lot of the things that I've gotten it's a four petite. A lot of the things that I have gotten though, this, oh, Dana, oh, okay, at Bloomingdale's, because a number of the things that I got, apparently they have, yeah, the detail is gorgeous on it. It is absolutely gorgeous. The whole vest, it's got an elegance about it. It's got a quiet elegance that I couldn't pass up. There was something else that I had gotten though. Oh, I got a couple of, I got a few skirts. Oh, This was that Country Love hoodie. It's in great condition. Thank you. Um, yeah, I love the details on it too. Uh, let's see. Oh, I got this skirt. And again, for a young girl, I kind of figured somebody would, I could picture them wearing it. I don't know if you can see. This is see-through. I mean, it's see-through in the spaces where it's not solid. I know you did, Pat. Thank you. I'm excited for you. I saw that the order came in. You and Meredith both got that. I picked up 20 pieces. I didn't expect to pick up 20 pieces, but while I was there, I don't think I ever wore a size 4. I really don't. JD showed her what? Showed her clothes, wants to sell on YouTube. Yes, she's sold on Shopping Envy. I'm just trying to make some money, so I'm trying to have more things to put out there. That's all I'm trying to do. You know, I'm trying to have enough inventory that I can do something. But they kill you with those bloody fees. I got a skirt that I am going to do my own closet. But, you know, once again, it's having all different kinds of things. This skirt is a Chico skirt, and it's quite a lovely skirt with an interesting detail at the, where did it go? At the hemline. This is the detail. But I didn't notice until I got home that it looks as if the elastic in the waistband is a little, yes, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to appeal to, you know, a big audience. This is a Chico size 2, the skirt, but the elastic, somebody overstretched the elastic on this skirt. So I think really it probably should, it's still okay, but I think probably it should have a new elastic or have it pulled tighter or something. But then again, maybe with the size 2, maybe it shouldn't. And I could be wrong. I don't know. Uh, this is another piece that I had gotten. This one is a dress. And once again, the black and white. I just love black and white. Yeah, I'm measuring on some of the stuff, some I'm not. I got this tiny little skirt. This is the one that when he put it in the bag, it sort of was catching on itself. I wanted to kill him because I figured, you know, the girls, now I was going to say like if you do the disco, which is, haha, certainly dates me. Yes, I would think so, that it would be a very easy fix on the elastic. I think that's oh no, there was this other skirt that I thought was really interesting too. It has the handkerchief kind of hemline. It's hot. I wanted to say I'll bag it myself, but you know, they're working so fast there and doing all this stuff. I should have said to him, would you mind you just ring it up? I'll put it in the bag. I should have. And maybe I'll try to do that next time because I truly cringed. It was, everything was in such good condition until this one is a large, this skirt. And this is INC, International Concepts. So it was a pretty substantial skirt and I thought it was kind of pretty. So I think that's essentially what I got. So I'm hoping that some of them are real winners. I would think that some of them should be. And Oh, this was one more piece. It looks like a romper, but it's not. I guess maybe. What did Lauren say? What did I miss? Exactly. That's the truth. It really didn't need any ironing at all until they packed it. And when they pack it, they don't pack it. They roll it in a ball. He was rolling it in his hands and throwing it into the bag. I wanted to kill myself. I really wanted to kill myself. It's so frustrating. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't do that with my dirty clothes. So it was not fun. By the time I dragged the stuff to the car, my shoulders were killing me. It is. And he was trying to pack all of it in one bag, and I said to him, I can't carry all that in one bag. I could barely carry it in the two bags, one in each arm. Don't forget, I walk with the cane too. So as I'm walking along, I was thinking that I was like the girl with the yoke and carrying the water from the river. That's what it felt like. So if I complain for days that my shoulders hurt, that's what it is. Yeah. But carrying the stuff back to the car was a big mistake. I'll never do that again. I'll take the cart and I'll bring the cart back. I didn't want to have to walk back to the store, but the store, the milkmaid, exactly, exactly. So I just, yeah, I said this is not for weaklings, and this is not for somebody who doesn't want to do a lot of work, because it requires a lot of work. It really does. I mean, I spent hours today between shopping for the stuff and then taking my photos and then listing some of the things. And I didn't list a lot. I listed one, oh, everything's two, three, four, four. You put pajamas up today? Oh, wow. I can't tell you. It was exhausting. It was really exhausting. Who wants to work that hard? I mean, really, truly. They had scarves. I had thought about it, and they did have one or two nice scarves. You know, something I really should have probably. They had a red and black one that was sort of attracting me today, but I was kind of focused on the other stuff. I'll take a look another time, and I'm sure that I can get some scarves. I might have made a mistake. I didn't really get a chance. I got it, but I didn't really get a chance to look at it because I've been so busy working that all I do is work. If I'm not shopping for this stuff and then trying to get it set up and take my pictures and then find a place for it and then list it and do all the other stuff, I was working on the designs a little bit today. Oh, did any of you send anybody else to my Etsy store by any chance today? Because if you did not, then I got an actual person. Oh, Lord. If nobody did, then I got my first actual person who's not there trying to be really helpful, supporting me in my group. But I mean a stranger is what I meant to say. There was a stranger who not only came to the store, but I think liked the store or something, and also um, liked a few of the items. What, Meredith, you're on, right? The one of the things that this person had liked was the black pants with the gold that you had liked and that I had liked. And there were a couple of other pieces, but I was just so excited to see what I perceived to be a stranger. And the reason I was excited was that it meant somebody found me. I don't know how, but somebody found me. So that was just fingers crossed that other people find me. I just don't want to be, that voice in the wilderness. I just hope that other people do. So it would be very exciting. So it prompted me to put a couple of other little. Oh, I don't know if I'm in Google yet. I haven't really. I was thrilled because once again, I mean, I know it takes time with all this stuff. I've told you before, I used to create and set up websites and I used to do all the SEO stuff to make it work and searchable. My own website years ago, I was on page one of Google for all my major search terms. I was on sometimes 3 or 4 times on page one. I really, really was good at it back then, but that was a long time ago. And things change and algorithms change and all of that. And who the heck remembers? I can't remember my name or what that braiding is. It like a braided that style of embroidery is. So, but if people start to find me, I feel as if I have some hope of making some generic sales. So that would be a good thing. It would really be a good thing. Sutash. Sutash. Yes, it's Sutash. That's what it is. Son of a gun. How did you remember that? Or son of a gun. Yes, Sutash. Son of a gun. That was good. It takes a village. Oh, that's great. And now I can say that. Crinkle braiding, right. I was laughing. I was looking at something there. I actually had picked it up. I was going to take it. But when I was at the checkout and it was one of the items that was not on sale, I said, you know something? I'm not going to take it. But it was literally a crinkle fabric. And I laughed when I had the thought about the crinkle fabric. So it was really funny. But all of it is really fascinating. It's like trying to learn a new language. It really is. It's like when all the years I've been in real estate, the language of real estate is something that I know very well. And I always tell people when they're going to buy or sell a house, you're not expected to know it. It's like learning a foreign language. I know it because I speak it every day. You don't. Well, this language of fashion and clothing and all of that, I have. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I have, and I want to go to Nordstrom's Rack and take a look in person. I looked online, they didn't have good enough prices for me to have a margin. And as I say, right now, I really need to be spending tiny little dollars to try to generate bigger dollars when it starts coming in. But then again, it's going to go out faster than it comes in because with none of my real estate dollars, and I told you, I went on that listing thing yesterday. It was my one hope of having a listing, and what a lovely woman. But she owes more on the house than it's worth, so there is no money, and there is no money for her, and there's no money for a commission. So it's, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, absolutely, with the medical field. My God. Yep, I remember that from back in the day because I worked in hospital administration for about 5 years. So that was a whole different language as well. The problem is, it depends upon the situation. What people can try to do is to go for a short sale. Yes, types of designs of clothing. I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean, Patty. Um, just put it in that way or something specific. Because I have to tell you, that pair of jeans that I showed you in the beginning, the one that has that Western look, I searched and searched and searched for the manufacturer and I couldn't find it. And the interesting thing is this pair. The interesting thing is that the manufacturer is called JBNY. And when I put that in, it gave me results for a JNBY. So I thought maybe I looked at it wrong. Maybe I made a mistake. But then I went back to the jeans and I took another look at the label and son of a gun, it's JBNY. I could find it nowhere. It's as if it doesn't exist. I mean, look at this. Look at the belt, that whole it has that whole kind of worn look. It's interesting, but I couldn't find it. So then to try to figure out what it's worth is really hard because you have no frame of reference. So it's
I found this on the web.
this is so funny. This is really so funny. There are times when Siri thinks I'm talking to. Actually, though, I put a British voice on mine, and I put a male British voice on, so I missed it from my car when I used to have the Jaguar years ago. I had this woman with this lovely, refined British accent telling me where to go. It was wonderful. And she would say, "You have reached your destination. Route guidance is now complete." It's a Korean, no, that's JNBY. That's not JBNY. I looked that one up. I know, and that's a pricey brand. Yeah, I know. I loved her talking to me. I really did. It was, it was wonderful. It, yeah, I loved that car. I just loved everything about it. It had the most magnificent wood, on the dashboard. It was burled walnut. It was magnificent. It took my breath away. It was so beautiful. Yeah, that was Once Upon a Time. Isn't that part of a song? I think that's a line of a song. I can't remember the name of the song though. So, um, yeah. So that was my day. And what have you all been up to? What's been going on in your world? Anybody, anything exciting? Oh, yes, I did too. Yeah, I know. It's a learning process. It really is. In your other life, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that was definitely in my other life. Yeah, except I didn't know it was my other life. It happened. It's sort of the end of my other life came rather abruptly. So I did not have any way to prepare or plan for it. So it is what it is. And I did not get in touch with that guy last night. I meant to do it. and I didn't do it, so maybe I will try to do it. Yes, it's a shock. What is it? It is a shock. It's absolutely a shock. It's everything kind of is. Yeah, yeah, it absolutely is. It's you find yourself in a netherworld. Yeah, yeah, yep. And then I think, the times that I allow myself to sit back, I really haven't had time to think lately. But when I have had time to think, to kind of sit back and say, okay, um, maybe I should try to meet somebody, or yeah. I was planning, if this stuff works for me, I was planning to do some videos to help other people to do it if they choose to. But yeah, again, I always love to share, as you know, when I learn something or I figure out how to get something accomplished. I love to share it and have other people have the capability of doing it as well. So I will definitely plan to do that. And I've been so helped by so many of the videos that I have watched. There's one woman who is not bad. I don't remember her name at all, and I'll probably never watch her again because she has the most jarring voice. She set my teeth on edge, and she speaks rather fast. So between the two things, her message got lost in her delivery, and it made it really difficult for me to watch. But it's amazing how wonderful people can be in sharing. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, I guess. You know what's funny? It's funny because, as I say, it is just, it is just, that I'm just spreading myself so thin. I feel like I'm paper thin at this point. I feel like I could just float away. But yeah, I mean, I love to teach. I didn't know that I loved to teach, but I do. It's, you know what it is? It's not that I love to teach. I love to share information and help other people. Yeah, well, yeah, I wonder. Yeah, but then I would have to appeal to a whole different, yeah, and if I did a video like that and I did it for my viewers, I might lose even more viewers because I keep losing viewers. Teach you how to buy on Poshmark. I have to tell you, apparently the buyer, really, there are a lot of different things that you can do. Yes, it is. It is a lot of work doing this thing. The designing and setting up the stores and all of that was a lot of work, but it was a different kind of lot of work. Oh, yes. Yeah, no doubt. Yes, exactly. Once I do my designing and it's up there, I've done the work. Yes, I've invested a lot of energy, a lot of time, and a lot of work. But the other is, it's kind of like buying food. You use it up. It's kind of like cleaning. It gets dirty again. So you have to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat it. Yeah, it is really easy to join it. It's true. You just have to sign up and then you get in and you can search around. I think it's interesting that thing that they do with bundling. And then you're supposed to get in touch with the people who have liked your stuff and you're supposed to reach out to them. Well, once again, I don't have enough, although look at how I've grown to almost 2,200 followers now on Poshmark. And again, I don't know how long I'm doing it, but it's a really short period of time. I don't remember the exact amount of time, but as I say, it is short. So let me see. Yeah, it says 2159 here, but I suspect it's even more than that because I think it doesn't send you likes a private discount. What kind of a discount is typical? Obviously, I can't go too crazy because I need to make money. Yeah, it is confusing. 10%? Okay. Yeah, I really think, I mean, the Poshmark thing of taking 20% of what you get is really tough. It's really tough. It's it's hard. I think about all the things. Every time I sell something, before I get a dollar, oh, it's $1.80 off shipping. So does that mean that you pay the extra $1.80? Because somebody's paying it. It's not the post office that's giving it up. So, yeah. So every time I get an order online, the way I know it is that the person who creates it for me, it makes the shipping $4.99. So it makes it $4.99 for them. Who pays the balance? Do we pay it? I would imagine we pay it. So I get a notification that they charged me for producing the item. So before I ever see a dollar, they're taking money out. I'm afraid to look at my credit card because it comes off the top. Yeah. So it's 20% plus the extra $1.49. No, no, no. They don't take it. No. We pay for everything, Myra. We pay for everything. Every time they say, oh, give your buyer this and give your buyer that, it's like they don't take less for what they do, but we do. Yeah, I'm telling you, there are charges upon charges upon charges, and it really makes me laugh. I'm sure that the people who do a huge volume of business, it's okay for them because it doesn't matter. They do so much business that it doesn't, yeah, that it doesn't hurt. Right now, they sent me a notice. They put a notice on my store, on my closet. Oh, I don't know if it's on here anymore. Let me see. Oh, it is. It sa- it says, "Be the first posher to buy from this closet, and you get $3.99 shipping." Okay, so they put that on there. Oh, it's amazing the stuff. So if it's $3.99 shipping that they're giving the buyer, once again, does that mean that I'm paying the balance? Because if I'm paying the balance, why would they do that without asking me if it's okay for them to do it? I mean, I do want a sale, there's no question, but the margins are not spectacular on most of the stuff. So it's kind of hard to get nickeled and dimed to death. It really is. Comes out of what you make, sure. Everything, everything does. And it's really, really funny. I don't know. I have a feeling in my gut that if I live long enough, and if I can take the tension of this in between time, that I think it's going to work out over time. Problem is, I don't have a whole hell of a lot of time. So, yeah, I should have started it sooner. That was the thing. I should have started it months ago. But then again, I couldn't have gone shopping. Yes. Oh, yeah. Poshmark is making a fortune. Have you? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten any other offers yet. I'm getting a number of likes at this point. I'm getting a number of shares. Somebody shared one of my things to, not Twitter, Tumblr? What's Tumblr? Somebody shared something of mine to Tumblr today. I really should put the stuff on, maybe I did. I think I might have. I think I might have turned it on to put the stuff on Pinterest, because I think Pinterest does this stuff too. Yeah, that is a good idea. I have to tell you, it's really funny. Linda was telling me she used to have this woman living with her who had two stores on Etsy, and Linda always said she's always working on the stores. Always. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not sure. It's 5:07 a.m. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, once again, it's just a question of volume. You have to have the volume to really make. But there are people who make a very good living on these different these, I can't think of the word, these, I'm getting tired. These I can't think of the word. Venues, but it's not venues. That wasn't the word. You know, there are people who make major six-figure incomes from doing this stuff. You slept during the day, good, because you really do have a problem at night. I know. I need to find a guy, right, who'll help out. I know. He won't help. Yeah, it would be nice. But then again, let's face it, the guys, for the most part, except the ones that really think that they're going to get something from me, I should tell them up front I have nothing for them to get, so they can take a hike. So I don't have to worry about them being in it for the wrong reason. But, if they're anywhere around the age, they're likely not to be in such great shape either, or, have issues. This is physical labor. I mean, this is absolutely physical labor. And it's also, as I say, it's starting to drive me crazy. They don't always help. No, they don't always help. I have no doubt they don't always help. I have no doubt about that. I'm sure that a lot of them don't. So, all you can do is do the very best that you can with the situation that you find yourself in, whatever it happens to be. So, I am really, yeah, here it's not been so good. I've tried it a couple of times, and it's a different thing because a million things come on there, so your stuff disappears quickly. Yeah, that's good that he helps, Patty. Yeah, it definitely, I mean, it's very nice when you have the kind of relationship where you have really, okay, skip to the loo. Take care and have a good rest. I would say rest of the night, but rest of the morning. I know that. I get it. I don't skip too well myself. Yeah, skipping is not exactly what I would call it. Hobbling. Hobbling is more like it. So it is what it is. Once again, oh boy, I feel like I'm on a treadmill and I keep walking and I'm not getting anywhere. Hobble, exactly. My leg is hurting today. I think when I was carrying the heavy package, it does something. It puts pressure on that muscle in my leg. Good night. Sweet dreams. So it's funny. I guess you can't really see it. I came across a shirt that I've had for a long time. No, you sort of can't. No, you can't see it. It's it says something about a rose garden or something. I had bought those kind of shirts one year. I was in that kind on that kind of a kick, and I bought a bunch of, well, bunch, 3 or 4 shirts that had different sayings on them. I had a New York shirt, a Paris shirt, a London shirt, and the Rose Garden shirt. So it's kind of fun for me when I bring it out and wear it because it's been a long time. And it's interesting because one of the secondary, I know, I've been trying to share it. I really have. Now, I don't know how to share the whole closet. I share the things in the closet. How do I share the whole closet? So, I mean, there are all these people sharing their closet over and over again. Share each item. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been sharing the items now that I figured out how to do it. And I also share them to the different parties. And I'm, as I say, I'm getting all the fun. I feel as if, though, I feel like I'm sharing it with all the other people who are trying to sell their stuff. You share your closet about 6 times a day. The whole closet? Each item separately, or is there a way to share the whole closet as a solid thing? Because if you're doing every item, that gets to be tiring, I would imagine. Oh, brother. I have so many things yet to individually. Takes 3 or 4 minutes to do. Yeah. How many items do you have in your closet? Yes. Yeah, I've been doing it the past few days with the parties. Anytime I think my stuff would fit in a party, I do it. I have 32 listings so far, and I still have quite a number of them to put on tomorrow. Wow, you have 105 items. You really moved ahead, didn't you? Son of a gun. But at least you had a sale, so you're one ahead of me. And I'm just, as I say, I'm just hoping. I have a feeling if it starts, that maybe I'll start to get some sales. You made 2 sales today. Wow. Did you have to make offers or how did it work? Did you make offers to likers? Is that what they call it? Offers to likers? That really is great. That is good news. It's a lot of work. Oh, that's great. I love that. That's really wonderful. I'm happy to hear that. It gives me hope. Yeah. I just want it to get started. I want to see some activity. I think that it should. I really think that it should. I think I've got some good things in the closet. Yeah, I think that's wonderful. When they, of course, because it hasn't happened to me yet, what happens when they want to buy something? Do they just come in and say, I'm buying it? Or They offer you the asking price, or how does it work? So the more items you have, the greater the chance of selling stuff. It's gonna kill me though in the process. Yeah, but how do they do what do they do? Do they just come in and say, "I'm buying it," or I don't know how it works. Logistically, how does it work? Do they not typically do that? Oh. Oh, okay. And then you have to get ready to now, when they tell you you've made a sale, you don't ship it until the money is in? Is that the way it works? Because I seem to remember when I was reading their suggestions that was in there, they usually make an offer. Uh, so I should be pricing things to leave myself a little bit of room then on what I actually am hoping to get, right? You ship it out right away. They've collected the money? So I had read something in their stuff that you don't ship it until the money is there. So I'm not sure. I don't know. So yeah, and I think what do they say? You have like 3 days to ship? And I know you'd try to get it done as quickly as possible, but I think do they penalize you if you don't do it fast enough? I'm not I'm not sure how any of that works. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. And then, of course, I read that there are some people who just ask you if you'll trade with them. Get it out in the next mail day. Yeah, I really have to order those boxes. I think I should do that. I have to find that girl's YouTube video again. Don't trade. I don't want to trade. You have 4 sales. I thought you had one before and then 2 more. You have 4? That's wonderful. Wow. You had, I think you started a few days before me. Did you? Do you find that you're selling faster on Poshmark or on eBay or Etsy or whatever? I made you do it. Aren't you glad? Son of a gun. That's a good thing. Um, okay. Well, I'm sure as heck trying. They have to be seeing it because, as I say, all these people are following me and sharing some of my stuff. So they had to have looked at it to share it. You sold 2 on eBay. Oh, so you're really a hotshot. I have to share. Okay. So I'm going to have to be doing that. And 6 times a day? I mean, that's the kind of. Are there any specific times that are supposed to be better than others, or you just keep doing it during the day? You're barely at a boil. I want to be at a rolling boil. I really want to be at a rolling. I want to be at a point where I have to call UPS to pick up because I have so much stuff to send. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot to learn. There really is a lot to learn. Wow. Oh, it's gonna be an interesting couple of months. It really is. until I kind of get things in some kind of a on some kind of a path. And then trying to figure out what my expenditures are so that you can figure out what you're actually making, because there are so many different things happening at the same time that how do you know where to look and what to do? And there's just, I'll develop a routine. I'm sure that I will, but it's really, it feels very overwhelming. I think it's a little bit like if you go into college and if you took a year off and you suddenly are sitting there and you have all this work to do and you have all these things that you have to study and learn. Pair of shoes and a men's blade. Wow, that's great. That really is great. I didn't even think to look at the men's stuff, maybe because I don't know it well enough to know what would sell. I don't know. Then again, I mean, my stuff is not the cheapest stuff on Poshmark, so that may have a bearing on it also, that it may take a little bit longer. Once Christmas came and went, oh, you backed off. Oh, okay, it wasn't that it backed off by itself. Yeah. Because for me, as I say, unless real estate, for some reason, every single thing that I have been brought to in real estate has not worked out. There has to be a reason for it. It never has happened to me in the 32 years that I'm doing it. There has to be a reason for it. It has to be that I'm meant to be on a different path. But I don't remember, I'm sure I have been, I don't remember being this exhausted from real estate when I was dragging people around to look at houses. Yeah, that would be a nice thing if that is the case. Yeah. Ah, yep. And I think that that can easily happen. That I can see where I could be tempted, but I am forcing myself not to even look at it as a buying venue at this point in time because I really can't afford to spend any dollars that come in on anything that is not essential. And by that, I mean, it certainly has to be reinvested a little bit into the business, but the rest of it is for the simplest of things. I was younger. That's true. That is true. And it's, yeah, I'm old. I'm disabled, hopefully temporarily. And and it's a whole new world. It's just a whole new world that is way beyond me. Oh, okay. So you really had to do that. Yeah. But listen, I used to love to shop. I used to love to shop. The interesting thing is now I'm doing a lot of shopping, but it's different kind of shopping. I'm shopping with an eye to, oh, what do I think I could get for this? And what do I think I could get for this? And how much will it translate to when all is said and done? Yeah, it's fun. It's one of the things, there's no there's no stress in it unless you have stress with money. But there's no stress in the process of shopping, especially now when we can do so much of it online. There's so much we can do online that it's it's just plain easy to do it. They deliver it to you. Yeah. Yeah, as I say, I mean, I have been that thrift store how many times? I've been there 4 times already to that thrift store. in a period of a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I think. I don't remember. It's either 2 or 3 weeks. And it's a lot. I know. I know. And I mean, I have one credit card that is really up there, but it was one I had used for my business, and my expenses for my business were huge. I should have stopped it months before. I was foolish. Did you? Oh, nice. Oh, that's nice. That really is nice. Um, yeah, I think that getting the credit cards, I get nervous now when I put what I consider not a lot of money on my credit cards, and because the goal is to pay it off as quickly as possible. I just don't want it hanging over my head. And it's a scary thing, especially when you're in the position of not knowing. And before, I mean, I had a relatively good idea about what I was capable of in terms of earning. I mean, there was a range to be sure, but it was usually a minimum amount that I could live on without needing to really stress too much. But with this, I can see that from month to month, I'll never know. It is scary. Yes, I know. I know. And it's really very, very, very frightening. The whole thing is really frightening. I don't, uh, I don't want to go there. I just mentally, I can't let myself get pulled down by the fear factor. I need to go on as if I'm going to be okay. And, wow, my right ankle is swelling up a little bit tonight, my own fault. I just had this tremendous urge to just nosh. I just wanted to be picking at stuff, and I didn't have much of anything in the house. When will the purse come? You're talking about what I got? I have no idea. Usually, what happens is, oh, I pray to God I'm going to be okay. I really pray to God, but it's very, very scary stuff. The taxes on the house come due May 10th. It's a huge amount of money for me at this point, and I don't even want to look because it's too terrifying. So once again, um, the handbag and the normally when I buy like that, the sale it could take up to a couple of weeks to get. It's possible. It depends upon how quickly they send it out. So I'm not sure. But I really want to get that. I had considered taking one of my pieces. I didn't know whether to do a handbag or whether to do one of the wallets, because I have a number of Coach and Kate Spade wallets, and I love them. I really love them, but I was thinking of putting something out there to see if it sells. Oh, I forgot to ask, for those of you who are poshies or poshers or whatever the heck they call us, I think poshers is what they say. If you put an item on for sale and it doesn't sell, are you allowed to take it off and decide to not sell it? Because what I was thinking was maybe I would take one of my items, put it on there, and if it doesn't sell by the time the other stuff comes in, oh, that's good. You had your farm paid off? Oh, no. That's awful. Oh, yeah. Yeah, believe me, I have been in that position in the past too. I have definitely been there, done that. But it's you know, it's all an interesting game. I tell my clients very often because they get nervous. Sellers get nervous sometimes if they don't know where they're going, that they won't find something in time, that it won't work out. And I tell them always, it's a dance. And somehow it always works. It's always synced to the music and it always works. And I'm thinking that it's going to be pretty much the same way here. Somehow it's going to work. I'm not sure exactly how, but somehow it's going to work. That's awful. Down on the bottom. You can delete it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I think really it is. And so what I had thought, I think I will put one of my pieces on just to kind of test the waters, and if it sells, it sells. But if it does not, then I'll just switch it out for the stuff when it comes in. But yeah, I think all we can do is try in every aspect of our lives, because there are times when life is going smoothly and we either feel blessed or we feel entitled, or we have to um, go through difficult times. And I think, the saying is, of course, we would never really appreciate the good times if we didn't have bad times, because how would we know? We would expect it all the time. So the bad times prepare us for more. I pray. I pray. I don't think there are any fees for that. Oh, you can do that? I've seen those not for sale banners. I don't even know where they're located. I have no clue. But I think I may do that. I may take one of my wallets and put it on just to see what happens with it. Maybe I'll do that. Lord knows. I mean, I have more than I really need anyway. But then again, need is an interesting word. But I get attached to things. It's bad. I really wish that I didn't. Oh, okay. And when you do that, do they comment on it and tell you if they like it? Yeah, I know, but I didn't put the not for sale sign. I guess when I signed up, they put it there. But yeah, I'm not for sale. Not at all. As my Irish partner used to say, not at all, at all. Put a $0 value on it. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think I definitely will give that a try. Yeah, it's interesting. I maybe I'll get good at it. Who knows? Yeah. And by the way, I really appreciate where you are and how horrible it is, because years ago, oh, um, years ago when David had needed help many years ago when they had their house, and I paid their mortgage for months, and I paid both their car payments, and it was killing me. It was just killing me. And I always remember his wife's mother not helping them, and they had more than I did. And she said back then, I cannot see helping someone with money who lives better than I do. And I thought, it's the absolute truth. It's the absolute truth. At the time, He and his wife were both driving BMWs, and they had an expensive house in Jericho, and I was paying for the privilege. So it's yeah, it sort of is what it is. But as parents, what do we? And the funny thing is, yeah, as parents, we do when they need help and they're in trouble. I know that he hated to call me to ask for help, and I knew when he did call me to ask for help, he was desperate, and it would break my heart. So I would take the money that I had saved, and I would just write a check. I was the bank until there was no money left in the account. And then I stopped being the bank, and thank God he stopped asking. So that was a good thing. But it is what it is. I think, once again, as parents, we would do anything to make our kids' lives better. We want them to be happy, and we'll do anything. I mean, not every parent is like that, clearly, but certainly a lot are. So it is what it is. All right, on that note, I think I am going to get ready to call it a day or night. Yeah, it is what it is. He gives you an allowance. That's a good thing. I know, but you know what they say. They say that one parent can take care of 10 children, but 10 children can't take care of one parent. Exactly. Exactly. That's the truth. Yeah, I had asked David more than once when I was really in bad shape. All around the time of this illness and all of that. That if he could just pay me back. I had paid his rent once when they were in a rental, and when I had paid for that, he had told me that he would be able to get me the money back in 10 days. He only needed it for 10 days. So I gave it to him. Of course, that I never got it back. It's probably 10 years ago now. So clearly that was never happening. Yeah, no, that is a wonderful thing. That is an absolutely wonderful thing. That's a gift. It really is a gift. But we I made some really, I don't want to say big mistakes because I was sort of aware of it, but I stuck my head in the sand. So you pay the price for the choices that you make. One way or the other, there comes a day when you have to pay for the things that you buy. And I don't mean physical things that you buy necessarily. I mean for the things that you do or don't do in life. There comes a day when there's somebody there with a handout saying it's time to pay up. Even with me getting sick, by not paying attention to my gut, and by just listening to the doctor because he said what I wanted to hear, there was a price to pay. So it is what it is. Yeah, well, yeah, sometimes it's not what you're willing to pay. Sometimes you have no choice. Sometimes you have to pay whether you're willing or able. Yes, some folks call it karma. Yeah, I don't regret much. I really don't regret much. I every now and then, and I don't know if this happens to any of you, but every now and then I think if I could only go back in time just for a few minutes, I wouldn't want to stay there and go through it all again. But if I could go back in time just before a critical thing happened where I made a wrong decision, and I could have changed that decision and changed everything that happened afterwards, wouldn't that have been a wonderful thing? It's sort of that little fantasy world that I like to live in every now and then when things are rough. And it's like, if I could only have changed that moment, just that moment in time. Do any of you remember the movie, what was it called? I think, was it called Somewhere in Time? Um, what was his name? Was it Christopher Reeve in that? And Jane Seymour, I think, where she goes back in time. Yeah, that is a wonderful thing, Lauren. When they can learn by our mistakes, that is a wonderful thing. I know. Isn't it amazing how you wish that? If only, if only, if only. Yes, I love that movie. It was a great movie. It just, I found it so touching. And by the way, one of my favorite movies of recent years that I think I had forgotten to mention when we were talking about, yes, The Penny, when we were talking about movies, is The Holiday. Holiday or The Holiday? Yes, the theme song makes me tear up too. It does. The penny that brought him back. I have to find that movie. I have to watch it again. But you know, the holiday or holiday, the one with if right. Yeah, yeah, if only. It was just a moment. It was just a moment when a critical decision was made that we didn't recognize at the time as a critical decision. We only recognized it as a momentary decision and walked right past it. We just walked right past it. And then comes the day. It's kind of like when you're on a road and you're going somewhere, and some roads you can drive a very long distance until you come to the toll booth. But there comes a moment in time when you do come to the toll booth and you have to pay or you're not going anywhere. So life is like that. We have toll booths along the way, and you have to pay up. So I'm paying up now, and it is, it's, I'm, these are really good lessons for me. Painful as hell. Exactly. Made impulsively is exactly the truth. Because it didn't seem to matter. It seemed like it would be okay. And you know, it's funny. People talk about David being an optimist. He comes by it honestly. I was a cockeyed optimist in the sense, I mean, I wasn't about everything, and I was very down on my life for a period of time and feeling very sad and wishing that my life could be in a better place. But a cockeyed optimist in the sense that somehow it was all going to work out just fine. I just always felt as if somehow God would make it all right. But once again, I cannot look at him only as the benevolent father, but I have to look at him also as the teacher. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Please God, from your mouth, Myra. Please God. So, you know, and being the teacher and the good teacher, we're allowed to make mistakes, but the price has to be paid. And the price is not exacted to be punitive in any way. And some people perceive it that way. They really do. They perceive that it's punitive, and why are they being punished? It's not. It's so that you get the lesson, you learn it, and you can move past it. Because if it were easy to come out of it, we'd never learn anything. And we'd go on making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And we need to grow. Exactly. Exactly. So that, yeah. And it is good in the end because we've learned something from it. But the price to pay, sheesh. I know. I try that. I really, yeah. I mean, I talk to God every day. I mean, every day. And there are times when when I'll say I need you to guide me because I don't know where to go. I don't know where I'm headed, and it's yeah, it is hard to see in advance. It really is because would that we had that ability. Yes, exactly. And I do the same, and I feel once again, I listen, with all the stuff that I'm doing, not a single thing that I'm doing now to try to survive financially is something I would have thought to do ever in my life. Not at all. But yet, each one of these things came to me, and I can't even tell you exactly how, other than the fact that I know I was led to it. I don't even remember how I was led to it, but I definitely was because it was something that could be accomplished. Because once again, I keep thinking back, exactly, there are a lot of forks in the road. And depending upon which fork you take, affects everything else down the road. So there would be an alternate reality if we took a different fork much of the time. And that's something really for thought. Yeah, yeah. So we are all learning in this classroom we call life. And we will keep on learning, hopefully, till the day that we die. And then we'll go learn somewhere else. So, okay, I was not meaning to wax philosophical tonight. Yes. Yeah, we do. I mean, I used to meditate on a regular basis. It's much harder for me to meditate right now because I'm doing so many things and my mind is so on the next thing and the this and the that and what do I do and how am I going to do this? How am I going to manage? How am I going to survive? How am I going to it's that kind of thing and it's just scary business. It's just scary business, and it's hard to meditate because it's hard to get into that quiet place. But I will get there too. I really will, because it used to help me enormously. Really did. Okay, on that note, I'm going to call it a night. And because my eyes feel as if I should have called it a night a while ago, and I'm going to go check out my closet to see if anything. You have to remember that it is in God's hands, and all of it is. And even when we feel the most alone, we are not alone. We really are not alone. So we need to remember that because there are times when it's hard to remember where we feel desperately alone, but we are never for one moment alone. Okay, take care, everybody. I'll see you soon. Good night.